Hello. Just getting ready for the dev chat. Just get some music going. Get a quick drink. Wonderful. So pretty loud thunder outside. Okay, so let me just generate my CSV file. Just getting ready for the dev chat later. Let me make sure that this signal is going well. Let me try. I think that's no lagging, hopefully. Hello, hello. Corey Sharma. Corey Sharma, hello. What's up? And Divya Sukmil, hey. Do I usually stream at this time? On Sunday? Yes. On Sunday, yes. Yeah, that's the usual timing. Well, I'm starting a little bit early ahead of schedule because I just want to make sure that everything is working fine before the actual development chat. The dog's talking, can't believe it. Better believe it. Hey Daniel, how's it going? Just let me check that everything is working fine. The rest of the streamers are humans. Going pretty good? Oh, glad to hear that. I'm not sure if y'all can hear the thunder from my mic. It's quite loud. Okay, let me just go to level 100. Yeah, I think it should be working. Okay. I don't have much to show today. I have like one level and that's about it. One level, made some changes to the CSV generation. There we go. Just making sure that I go through all of my levels, store them inside a file so I know which levels have yet to be included into the game. You're joining on your PC, you can't believe it, bro. Okay, there we go. No, I should open it in LibreOffice, right? Let me just... Give me one moment, I think the fan is blowing into my mic, just a moment. Testing. Okay. Let me open up my CSV file. That's about it. Need to remove the first 4 levels because I don't want them anymore. Just get rid of this. Delete rows, there we go. So I have to make more levels. Feeling pretty nervous, to be honest. Like, my game is coming out in 2 days. Man. Okay. Attach bytes to bin 2. Okay. Let me check Discord.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, just give me a moment. I realized the oh no, the audio is coming out from the wrong place. Ah!
Oh no.
Just a moment.
Hello, John.
Testing.
Oh, hello.
Oh, okay. Great. Just a moment. Let me double check something. Can you say something again?
Hello.
Oh, perfect.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not free yet. But
Yeah.
what's the name of that song?
Vertigo.
Vertigo,
I
right?
think. Yeah.
I got.
Ah, awesome. How's the week?
Tiring.
Tiring.
Tired.
Yeah.
It's time for rest. It's time for
Yeah.
rest.
Today is my rest day, so
Awesome.
yeah.
Ah.
How's your week been?
How's my week been? Well, how's John's week?
Oh,
I rested a lot.
You
Nice.
rested a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
I probably spent too much time playing Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch.
I spent quite a bit of time playing as well. Like, I think I clocked 5 hours on Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
been playing like VR.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
but not much other than that, I guess.
Mm.
I've been playing like I've still been playing Skyrim VR.
Nice.
Skyrim with
Yeah.
mods.
Yeah, with like 100 plus mods. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
and they're like specially chosen. So I've been doing it over the course of like a month. Like, I've been trying to like find the proper mods that I can use,
Right.
and I got it to be able to play wirelessly, so I can
Nice.
play like outside.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ah,
So it's pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
What are some of the standout mods for you?
Interestingly, the a standout mod is crouch to dodge. Basically, it's literally just if you crouch, you get 0.5 seconds invulnerability. You can tweak that. But that's literally it. So that makes it so that because most of the attacks are aimed at your head in the Skyrim,
Right.
so it feels like you're actually ducking under the sword when you're actually doing it.
Nice.
So if you push the difficulty up to a very high number and make it so that you die after getting hit like once or twice, and then you also add this mod in, then it feels very tense.
Right.
And you can also and the fact that you're doing a squat every time you want to dodge also like makes you real sweaty after like a while.
Great exercise.
Yes, it's actual exercise.
I have
especially. Sorry, you're going.
No. Sorry. Please continue. I'll ask my question later.
Oh, I was gonna say that you can pair it with like natural locomotion or VR rocker, and you can actually walk in real life, and then you will walk in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you pair that all together and also crouch physically to like sneak, then it becomes quite tiring after a while.
What are the chances that you walk into a wall instead?
Very, very, very low. Hasn't happened yet because the way that it works is that most VR headsets have a VR. You have to set up the play space at the start, and if you go out of it, you can actually see the surroundings. There's cameras on the outside.
Right.
And also, the Oculus Quest now has like Space Sense, which allows it to, if like a human walks into your, or a cat or whatever walks into your play space, it will show that thing.
Right.
I don't know how it works, but like it will show the outline of that thing.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, quite good. Like basically, there's very little chance of you hitting anything. Hasn't happened yet for me anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, are the really popular mods, pornographic in nature?
interestingly, right, like the what's that? Oh yeah, there's this list called Wabajack mod list, right?
Yeah.
And they are basically like huge mod lists.
Right.
And then like when I installed the most popular one, which is Ultimate Skyrim VR Essentials, right? It was like, okay, you need a account on Lovers Lab, and I'm like, what's Lovers Lab? Don't Google that, by the way.
Okay.
Everybody in chat, don't Google that. No, it was like, you need this account. And I'm like, huh? Wait, what? Why do I need this account? Then apparently, there's like two settings. There's like a nude setting and there's a non-nude setting, and they account for both. So to even install the mod list, you have to just get an account on there. And I was like,
Right.
well, time to get a temporary email generator.
Well, apparently Demir's Oatmeal already googled it. It says
Oh,
you're to
well,
blame. Oh no.
God damn it. Oh no.
Lovers Lab. Interesting.
Don't. I don't know. Like it's yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's move on. Wonderful.
Oh, wonderful, wonderbar as they say.
Yes.
Okay. So what? So I guess I'll start. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Let me stream this screen.
I hope my computer is not gonna lag like last time.
Oh, then I'll put 720 and 30 FPS then. That's better.
Oh, thank you.
Because normally I put like 1080 and 60 FPS.
Ah.
Like this. Can you guys see it?
Oh yeah, just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's see if I can pop it out, yeah?
I did quite a lot this week, but it's actually gonna be a quick one for me because it's quite easily explained.
Okay.
What I did was I made the pride levels, and the pride levels are basically they're just shooters, because the idea is that they're too prideful to lay their hands on you,
Oh, nice.
so they just like shoot at you. And there's these ones that like rotate. There's ones that actually like shoot towards the center like that. And once you destroy them, all the bullets get destroyed. I think these ones are shotgunners. Yeah.
Yes.
Then after that, there's also like there's like ones where you can have multiple shotgunners and like different combinations, and all of these are from the same script. So I made a small framework to like be able to create different bullet patterns. Not very complex, but like it's useful. Then yeah, there you go. Then I think over time there's more and more revealed, but as you can tell, there's like these leaves on the ends of them. And if you see properly, right, the leaves actually are not like parented to them, if that makes sense. It's kind of like they'll wiggle around and stuff, especially if they are like shotgunners. It's not very easy to see on like the rotating guys, but on the shotgunners they'll like wiggle around and like change shape and act like actual like this one. See, got a leaf on his back.
I see.
Yeah. So I did that, and then after that was an easy way to kind of add a bit more style to some of these like enemies. And this feels really different from the regular levels, right? Like it's all shooters, so there's different strategies that you have to employ. You have to do a lot of throwing in this level.
Right.
If you don't do a lot of throwing, you're probably gonna die very soon. Especially in situations like this. Yeah, like you kind of have to be able to like adapt to different like strategies. And also I realized that depending on the stage, different different power-ups will be more or less useful. For example, in this stage, right, if I, for example, did upgrade Buddy, this guy is going to be very, very useful. Well, a lot more useful if there were more enemies on the stage, but yeah, see? He's a lot more useful
Wonderful.
than normal. So you have to kind of like choose your power-ups based on like what stage you're gonna go towards. Because I added the roguelite mode last week, if you recall, where like it basically is one level after the other, and now it's just a boss. But also I've been working on Envy. So Envy stage is a bit different, and Envy stage is the one where I'm having trouble actually, because the AI is quite hard to do. The reason why is because, as you can see, Envy they just copy the fact that they have a skull flail. And the reason why it's hard to do is because this is the only stage where they are able to knock back your attacks. So if you see, right, if I hit the skull, then it will basically like kind of hit back. my skull. Let me see if I can see. I can have longer chains and stuff like that. Yeah, like that. See. So the thing is, this is quite hard to balance, especially with throwing, because with throwing you can just like destroy them quite easily.
Right.
So like it's quite hard to figure out like a proper balance for these enemies. What I'm thinking of doing is making it so that they can actually copy your abilities as well. So they can have long chain, they can have their spikes, etc. Like that one is, it tends to jump between too easy and way too hard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like this one is way too hard. The other one was way too easy. So I have to kind of
pretty
like,
hard to balance.
yeah, pretty hard to balance this one. But I think it's the most interesting stage as well. Because like you're actually fighting yourself, and it's the only stage where you are fighting yourself. So I think it's something that I have to still figure out, because I still think that it has a lot of potential. The thing is, if you upgrade random, let's say I give myself all the upgrades, right?
Yeah.
And then I let my buddy just go in, right, and just wreck them, right? Then it'll be very easy, right? Because buddy normally kills in like one hit. But I made it so that like for this level only, right, there's certain modifiers to your damage output. So like buddy will not kill them in one hit. And basically like your shot will take a few shots to kill them. So I have to nerf some of the upgrades for this particular level. Otherwise it won't work.
How many different kinds of enemies do you have for Envy?
Envy is basically right now I just, how do I explain it? Right now I only have this one enemy, but I'm tweaking up the values. So I'm making it so that like I can have a different combinations of them. So I'll open up my text file here.
Right.
Basically I was thinking of having these upgrades, right?
Yes.
They're able to throw, they're able to shoot, and I was gonna combine different amounts of them to create different enemies. So you'll see like maybe an enemy with a long chain but spiked up, right?
Right.
And it's very easy to do that. So for example, if I wanted to do, let's see, yeah. So for example, I used this enemy, or wait, let me try to find like one with a long chain.
Okay.
I think this one has it. So if I did this, right, and then after that I added in a custom chain sprite, then after that we'll know that it's a spike chain. So if I did this, for example, and then I added it to be chain amount like 30. Oh, wait, why did it not work? That's strange. Did I put it in the wrong place? Big chain spike. Yeah, that's weird. That's kind of weird. I don't know why. Oh wait, no, I put it. I was adjusting the wrong enemy. I'm sorry. Wait, sorry. Let me undo that. There you go. See it? So like, if I actually go into them now, you see how like the physics is a bit wonky now. I have to adjust it for each enemy basically. So it's not too easy to do that. But actually like tweaking it is the hard part. So most of my time has not been spent programming; it's just been tweaking these values.
Right.
To be exactly right, which kind of sucks. I enjoy tweaking values to make it juicier. I don't enjoy tweaking values to make it work, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but right now the AI feels fairly balanced. So, like for example, if you have like two of these dudes, they'll actually avoid each other to an extent,
Okay.
and they'll try to crowd around you. See, they'll try to like kind of like approach you from both directions.
What
Because
does like hit each other
As in the skulls
from the enemies?
both of these.
Yeah.
No, they won't hit each other.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure, because they very rarely intersect because of the fact that I put the thing to like make them avoid each other. Oh, they do hit each other. Okay, they do.
Right.
Yeah.
I
But like
wonder-
with
Yeah, it's super cool. But I wonder if it may come to a point where they tangle with each other.
so the chains have no collision.
Oh, right.
They only have collision if they have spike chains, and that's a trigger collision, which means that it will pass through, but it will still register, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But there's no like collision for the chains, so there's no chance of them like actually like entangling with each other.
Awesome.
Yeah. Otherwise your chain will entangle with theirs as well.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, making it the making the knockback was actually a very hard thing to do. making it feel right. Actually doing it was not hard. Tweaking it for 2 hours afterwards to try to make it feel right was the hard part.
Yeah.
But right now I think it looks fairly correct.
Yeah, it looks very epic, right? It's like Link versus Dark Link or Samus versus SAX.
Yeah, I like
That's
I like
Yeah.
I like the idea of like, oh, the enemy is just you, but stronger.
Yeah.
Basically like it's like that, and it works well with them just being imps because it's like they're the lowest tier enemy, but now they're a lot stronger because they're copying you. So from a narrative standpoint, it also works.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing for NV. The next week I'll just be doing NV still, trying to get it to work. But also I will be doing. I think I'll be doing Gluttony, which is like I want to make it so that they can actually merge together and stuff. The enemies.
Yes.
I originally had like a thing for Gluttony where there's this like pet you have and you'll eat stuff and stuff like that. But it doesn't really work in the roguelite mode, because in the roguelite mode, if you have the pet, then it just disappears once you go to the next area. It kind of weirder, right?
Right.
Like let's say you go into the Gluttony stage in the roguelite mode, then you play around with it. Then once you exit the Gluttony mode, then your pet is gone. It's kind of strange. So I want to omit that and just make the enemies on point for Gluttony. My main goal is to make them all feel different. And right now I've like kind of met that goal. Like Envy feels super different from like Pride, for example. Right? They feel like one of them is completely all shooters. One of them is like, oh, they are copying you. Another one will be like Last has the eggs and the breeding and all this stuff. So that's my main goal, to make them mechanically different. The idea was that originally I wanted it to be narratively to make sense narratively, right?
Yes.
But there's a problem with that. So the problem with that is that I have to consider three things. One thing is to make sure that it's narratively different, right? The second thing is to make sure, narratively like appropriate, right? Like Last has to have the appropriate mechanic for whatever like narrative it's trying to go for.
Okay.
The second thing is that it has to be mechanically different from the other stages, and the third thing is that it has to be fun, which is mutually exclusive from is different from the other two, right?
Yes.
So you have to have all those three things, and it's too much for me to keep in my head, my small brain. So I've decided to mainly stick to trying to make them mechanically different and make it as fun as possible.
Right. So
Yeah.
fun being the priority, right? Then figure out the rest later.
Fun and and making it mechanically different is the main priority.
Right.
Narrative, I can just shoehorn it in, sort of.
Right.
I think the only one I had to shoehorn in so far is the Pride, because like, oh, they're prideful, so they don't want to hit you. That kind of doesn't make sense. But
I don't know. It felt like it makes sense to me. It's okay. It's too low res for us to see.
Okay. Oh god. Do you guys hide that or?
Yeah. Let me.
Sorry. No,
There we
sorry. I put streamer mode on, but already. But
don't
sorry about that.
No, I'm hiding it now.
Yeah. No. It's streamer mode is on. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh man. Sorry, that threw me off a bit. What were we talking about?
We're just talking about the theme, how narratively.
Oh yeah. So basically, there's that, and yeah, like I'll be working on NV, and I'll be also working on Gluttony for the next week. So I think that's really about it. I think NV will be hard from an AI perspective to do.
Yeah.
It'll be very hard because it requires a lot of tweaking to make sure it feels right. And the fact that it's like AI and physics combined, because like they have to swing it appropriately, and depending on the mass and drag of the chains and the mass and drag of the flail and the mass and drag of the main character, as well as a bunch of other stuff, it might not actually swing properly,
Yeah, and that brings something to mind. There's this Malaysian dev, right?
Yeah.
That released this Unicorn on Bikes game. So
Yeah.
it's like you're a unicorn on a unicycle, and you fight against someone else, right, trying to knock them off balance or something like that. And
Yeah.
the AI apparently is trained. It's like done through some neural network or something. And then,
I've done actually the same thing
right.
for one of my games. I've actually used machine learning for one of my games. Genetic algorithms.
Yes. So do you?
I let it run overnight.
Overnight.
I let it run overnight, and I see like what's the best who wins the most amount of times.
Yes. Then you.
I used that. Yeah, it's actually pretty simple to do.
Right. But do you foresee yourself doing that?
No, the reason why is because for this game it requires me to also have the player be simulated.
Right.
It only works for certain kinds of games.
Right.
In this case, the player will have different upgrades and stuff as well, so there's a lot more variables. So it won't work in this particular case.
Right.
It seems like it will work, but it will only work if the upgrades were gone. If that makes sense.
Got it.
Yeah. Otherwise it will take a lot longer to actually simulate. So it will take more than one night.
True.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically what I've got going on. I've also been doing a bunch of artwork as well. I think oh yeah, I wanted to show off something before I forget. Why is there a rat in my? Okay, that's anyway. Wait. I was trying to. Oh yeah, the Dropbox AHK. So I wrote a script, right? That allows me to. So I think this is pretty cool. In Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
Normally to rotate your brush, right, you have to buy a $100 USD brush, like a stylus, called the Wacom Art Pen, and it will basically have a rotation barrel, and it allows you to basically, rotate your brush by rotating the actual stylus, right?
Right.
And I was like, I prefer not to pay $100, so I wrote my own solution. So here it is. Let me just grab. Okay, so for example, there's this brush here, right?
Yes.
In order to rotate it, right? Now, what you normally need to do is you need to press F5. Then you need to go to here, and then you need to rotate it like this.
Right.
Right. And you can do that, right? So I wrote a script called rotate brush. Then you can see it here. Oops. Why can't I open up? Oh wait, Windows is freaking out.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what? Ah! What the heck? Sorry, give me a second.
No worries. Oh, what language did you?
Oh, there it is. AHK, so auto hotkey script.
Ooh.
Sorry, so basically you see that? I can just
Wow.
rotate. I can just move I can press a hotkey, which is linked to my stylus, and I can move left and right, and then I can just rotate the brush that way.
Right.
And that makes it
Right.
so that I can actually do painterly stuff much easier. So I have it linked to Z right now, so if I press Z and I do this, it will do that. If I press Shift and Z, it will make fine-tune adjustments.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Auto
So that's
hotkey script, is it like some kind of established standard, or is it proprietary to Photoshop?
No, it's basically auto hotkeys automation kind of thing for Windows.
Oh.
The external program.
Yeah, so what I did was so in Photoshop there's basically two ways of rotating the brush, right? The first way is to go to here and then actually just do this, like I said just now. So you can do that, or you can do say like that, right?
Yeah.
The other way that was added in 2020 is that you can use your arrow keys to actually move it about like that.
Right.
Or you can press shift and arrow keys. The problem with this is that you can't change the binds for that. So you can't change it to another key. It's only on arrow keys.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So if you're like me and like all of your hotkeys are on the left side of the keyboard, it's extremely painful to have to go to the right side every single time you want to make a change. And that's the case for a lot of people.
Right.
And on top of that, it's not very intuitive, right? Like you have to press the arrow keys, and then you have to press shift and the arrow keys, and it just doesn't feel very good. So what I did was I basically did an auto hotkey script where I press Z, and then after that it will remember the previous delta rotation position, the previous position, and find the delta movement from that position. And once it exceeds a certain amount, it will call the shift plus left or right. And if I press shift while doing that, it will send a virtual shift key along with it
Right.
and change the delta movement required. That's basically the long and short of it. And it's very, very useful. I think I have a video that I took. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. So if you can see here, right, like I can actually like do certain details on it in like certain directions very, very easily as a result. Like it looks very painterly because like I'm like doing it in a one certain direction now.
Right.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, and it's very useful for certain things. Like for example, if you're doing like grass, right, you can just put it up like that and see. You can make grass like very easily. And the main thing that people use it for is basically for, say, if you're doing oils or you're doing charcoal, right?
Yeah.
Then if you're doing like smudging, for example, right, you can like smudge it in certain directions. I don't have my stylus right now, which is why the smudging looks weird. It usually responds to pressure,
Right.
but usually you imagine that this like peters out, basically. And you can also like adjust the direction and everything, depending on the sharpness of it. So, for example, you see the left side of this brush is sharp,
Yeah.
and the right side is like a bit more textury. So you can like take that into account. So there's a lot of brushes that I use where they have this kind of like direction taken into account, and they're all like they're all like listed as like underscore rotation or like flat, and that's just like very good for like painting. So that I was very proud of this, personally.
Yeah.
Because that means I save $100. Well, not $100. I save more like $200. So it'll be 150 SGD. Then after that, shipping will be 50. So I saved $200. Yeah, look at that.
It does look super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, and one thing that it has over the traditional art pen, right, is the traditional art pen, right, if you rotate it accidentally, you kind of like mess up you kind of mess yourself up if you rotate the brush accidentally. But this one, you have fine control over like exactly what direction you want to go in. So you won't accidentally like rotate your brush a bit while doing a stroke.
Right.
Yeah, and that's basically
Nice.
yeah.
Auto hotkey script. Oh, let me write that down.
Yeah.
Auto hotkey script.
I've been doing a lot more painting, basically trying out different techniques and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, just trying out different stuff. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's it. I'll stop sharing my screen.
You okay? Is it John's turn?
I heard.
Wait. We haven't asked you, like, what do you intend to do next week?
Oh wait, I think I already said, right? Like envy and
Oh right.
and gluttony. Yeah, envy and gluttony.
Yes. My bad.
No worries.
Goldfish memory. Yeah, John's been pretty quiet. Were you like secretly checking out Lover's Lab or something?
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I checked that out a bit
See,
early on in this.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna do it. You'll be like, I'm gonna open up a new tab on my incognito browser.
Oh my god.
But I can't share my screen today.
What? I can't hear you.
Looks like I can't share my screen today.
You can't.
Oh my god. No.
Okay.
No, I've been like super tired.
He's super tired.
So, yeah.
Amanda has something to tell you. It says, tell him about the peacock. What peacock?
What peacock?
Yeah. Is it like an inside joke? Don't know? Never mind. Let's carry on. Let's carry on.
Yeah, so I made very, very tiny changes over the last 2 weeks. Like last week, the previous week when I was not around, didn't do much because I was busy preparing myself for a show, and then I spend the rest of this week just decompressing from that show. So
Okay.
yeah, this week tiny amounts of work done.
Yes.
In fact, I would like you all to test out. It's the same website, so if you have the link, go to
Yes.
it. I'd like you to test out my minor changes. It's the first 2 levels, I guess you can call it.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're available,
I'm
why don't
testing
you
it
check
out right now.
Awesome.
I can.
If you don't have the
I'll
link,
test it out, but I hope it wouldn't lag my computer. Just a moment.
yeah, I lowered down the resolution of the drawing, so hopefully it's not so bad this time.
I just have to minimize the window or something, right?
Yeah. And then refresh it.
Got it.
Oh my god, it's pretty cool.
Which one?
At first I thought it was gonna like be the same, like it was just gonna shoot in one direction the entire time, and then after that it started switching up directions and I was like, ah! Yeah, I'm at the one where there's 3 triangles right now.
Okay. That one I might plan to rotate them a bit after the first, like every time it collapses in, then it should probably rotate. Haven't done anything about that yet.
I don't know how to explain it, but like it feels a lot better than like previously.
Cool.
Oh god damn it! I took 4 hits.
I died on ring 11.
Ring 11. I'm only at ring 4. Oh no! I blame the lag.
Oh no.
Oh, it's too lags, huh?
No, because I'm streaming.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to. I kind of tried to make it not so laggy, but I guess I still have to work on that.
I mean, it's not an accurate test at the moment, right? Because like I'm streaming and then you're screen sharing and everything.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Still, this is like, it's just a game with a bunch of circles and triangles. It shouldn't it shouldn't be lagging your computer.
Oh, this is actually really fun. Like, it's a lot. It feels a lot more like I can actually keep track of everything. Like as in, it feels like I can potentially keep track of everything. Does that make sense? Like you don't want the player to be able to keep track of everything because that would just be boring. But it feels like I could end up creating up if I was more masterful at it, which is what you want.
Yeah. If you had like faster reflexes, you could react immediately to what's
I had a bigger brain.
But yeah, that brings up one of the points that I want to work on next, which is that I would like to have better telegraphing of what the shooters are going to do.
Yes, like the turning 90 degrees thing.
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure how I can do that. I was hoping that you would have.
I honestly think you don't need better telegraphing. What you need is to make it lerp slower before it shoots. Right now it's just like it lerps, it interpolates to the next rotation in like a second. Right.
In fact,
I don't know how long it is. Half a second.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why it's like takes it's so hard to like kind of react to that, I think. I think that's literally it. I don't think you need to telegraph it actually.
Okay.
Because it's possible to more easily learn the pattern now, right?
The thing is like if you're seeing it for the first time, right? You don't really know what's gonna happen. Right? It's just a triangle. It looks like every other triangle in the bloody game.
Right.
Oh, I mean, then I think. I think
you don't know if it's gonna. Yeah. So one thing is you don't know whether it's gonna shoot a ball that bounces or if it shoots a ball that doesn't bounce.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it's ever going to move.
You want to do that WarioWare thing where they just have an action text at the beginning of the level.
That might be good actually. That's like it's not subtle, but maybe you don't need subtlety.
Maybe. Then you need to translate. Oh no. Translations.
Or you can have an image of it like bouncing off or something.
Yeah.
But that will ruin the minimalistic look, so.
Yeah. I guess just changing the for the whether it shoots a ball that bounces or not, I guess I can just change the picture of the shooter, the image of the shooter. Yeah, that's one thing to do. Whether it moves or not, the movement part is just, I don't know. Change the color of the background.
Oh, you still have that thing where the triangle is like hiding below the.
I didn't modify that one. Yeah, I should go and modify that one. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess like maybe like they don't need to know about it on the first try, but you could just like change the color of the triangle. And then after that, on their next try, they'll be like, "Oh, that's a different color. I know what this color does."
Oh, that's
But if they see like a color on the first time, they don't need to know. Oh, this does this. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no requirement for that.
Yeah.
You could just learn as they go.
I mean, how do you feel when the Super Hexagon threw you a curveball? You're okay with it, right? Because it's the
first time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's the kind of game where you're expected to fail quickly and restart quickly, right?
But you see, with Super Hexagon, you can see very clearly what the pattern is going to be.
Right.
Here, you see one triangle come out. Do you know if the triangle is going to move after after how long? Yeah, identifiable pattern.
Yeah, I honestly think that like just changing the shape of the triangle or changing the color is good enough. Like you don't need to, because even right now, even without the changing color or anything, I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know.
Okay. Because you have enough time to react, is that?
No, I don't think I have enough time to react, but like it's because it's like I know that on my next try I'll be more prepared for it, and it's like quite a short loop. If it was like a very long loop and at the end of it like you threw a curveball, it won't be very nice. But it's quite short, so like it's quite addictive. I like it.
Cool.
Alright, it's time to wrap up and publish.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I can't explain it. Like it feels a lot better than the previous. I'm actually not sure what exactly you changed that made it like feel this much better, but.
Right. So the last time round that you all saw it, the very first level was the shooter did not move at all. Right? It was constantly it would be shoot to the right for like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something.
Right.
And then it didn't move. So this time around I made it such that after the first collapse it would move and then you have different location. But this one is the simple one. This is the tutorial stage, right? You learn that, oh, okay, there's this ball, there's this shooter, and there's a ball, and then okay, I need to clear out all the red sectors, and then I move on to the next one. Then I turn up the intensity a little, because now you have like 5 seconds, but this shooter shoots two balls, so you gotta react quickly to get two sectors in one go, and that ups the challenge a lot more. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It might be, the difficulty RAM might be too much here. I need to figure out a nicer curve.
I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
One thing I found that like about playing, right, because is that I consistently get a higher score, like by 1 or 2. I think that's a good sign. So I don't think it's necessarily like balanced badly or anything. Because I was, at first I got like what did I say, 11, is it?
Yeah.
Now I'm around 16, so like it's like constantly increasing a bit, but like I'm kind of plateauing at 16, and that feels like the same way for Super Hexagon, I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got to 19, but I think it's because I'm familiar with the later patterns. Do you mind showing us how you go about playing Ring 4? Because it feels like there is a pattern there to beat it perfectly, but I haven't quite catch it.
Okay. Ring 4, huh?
Yeah.
No, now you gotta walk. Okay, so another thing is you start out with the same pattern over. You have to run through everything again. So I don't know.
I guess you don't really need these first 3 rings after the player is familiar, right?
Yeah. I should keep track of that. But anyway, dang it. No, I suck at my own game. Oh no.
There's another try.
I suck at my own game.
I got the ring 21.
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's like like as you get familiar with it, it does feel like it feels like you're mastering a system, which didn't really necessarily isn't like not necessarily what it felt like for the previous prototypes. So it feels much better in my opinion.
Oh, I already got past Ring 4. Did you see how I completed it, Shinli?
Yeah, I see it.
You gotta like it's the one with the two balls being shot each time, right?
No, Ring 4 is the one where yeah, two balls and then it's changed to a different angle and then fires two balls again. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ring
yeah.
4 I can do without without having any reds actually.
Right.
Because you gotta like shift immediately after the
Yeah,
first ball
yeah.
hits, rotate.
You shift forward or backwards?
Either way is fine.
Either way. Right.
Yeah, you gotta remember that it moves to the next one. So you after the second ball, then I guess you shift forwards. It's
quite tricky, yeah.
You can also not do that, but then you gotta figure out like it goes back to the it goes in the shooter goes in the clockwise directions.
Right.
So you gotta figure out where it's gonna hit next and then quickly shift them.
Right.
So yeah.
Just react accordingly, right? Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I cannot say that I have completed Ring 4 perfectly.
I think I was wrong. Yeah, I think I haven't completed it perfectly either.
Let me.
It was quite tough. I think I was thinking of some other ring.
Let me shift it.
What's the name for Ring 4?
Enemy single.
Enemy single. Wonderful.
Which is actually not true. I mean, there's a single enemy, yes, but then there's no other description about it.
Right. That's fine.
Are you gonna randomize the levels, or is it just gonna be like?
Yeah, that's the question. Sorry. That's the question. Do I? Oh no, where am I? Do I want to randomize everything outside of the very first tutorial?
My opinion is that you shouldn't randomize it because it will. So if you randomize it, I think it might make it so that it's quite hard to tell what the triangle is gonna do. Because right now I can memorize, at Ring 4 is gonna do this, Ring 5 is gonna do this. What I would recommend is that you kind of stick with what you have right now, but add like checkpoints almost to like every 5 levels or something. If that makes sense.
Perhaps. Checkpoints. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the TXK thing that I told you about, where like the health is kind of capped at checkpoints. So if you want to go back to a previous checkpoint and try to get a better health score, so that you can like survive longer, you can do that. I think it would actually fit super well into this current thing, because I think the main problem with having no randomization is that you have to do all the previous stages again. You know? Yeah.
Cool. Oh, so in that case, then that brings me to something like to another point that I might want to work on, which is maybe there should be some other kind of reward then for maybe clearing out a ring fast, right? So like I would maybe take the number of seconds that's remaining as sort of the number of points to add to your score, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Right. So then now if you lose, I can let you continue, but your score resets to 0. Then
kind of like shmup, yeah.
So instead of keeping track of the number of rings as your score, it'll be like how many seconds have you accumulated of clearing out the levels, if that makes sense.
I think that might be a good idea, but I actually prefer the minimalistic idea of just rings. Because if you have 2 of these things, it might be hard to kind of like tell which one you should be going for. Right now, it's very clear that I just want to get through to like more rings.
Yeah.
Right. So in that case, maybe I should just get rid of the number of rings and then just use your number of seconds remaining per ring.
I think rings is actually a lot easier to keep track of. I think right now what you have is actually better than like if you do seconds.
Okay.
Well, I guess I have one question. What's your intention once you run out of patterns?
Yeah, that's a good question. So that's the third thing I need to work on, which is what do I do? Like, how do I make this sort of an endless thing where if you're really good, you can keep going and you won't get bored.
So do you remember Jump Over the Rings?
Um,
John? Hello?
yeah. I remember playing it.
So Jump Over the Rings, it's an endless game, right? But there is a cap to it, and that's that there's a timer that will count down, and then the game ends when it reaches 0, right? And when you jump over the ring, you kind of like gain some time. Some time will be added to that timer. So you mentioned something about accumulating leftover time.
Yeah.
What if your game has a timer as well, and you try to lengthen that time by clearing each level with proficiency? So I guess your score would still be the ring number, right? Like how far you got, but the thing is that the timer will impede your progress, and if you're good at playing them, then you can get further, maybe.
Yeah, that may be a good idea. It still keeps the simplicity of the ring thing, but like adds a different limitation instead of something else that you have to count as a score. I think that works.
Cool.
Actually, what I was thinking is like maybe you might want to consider grouping the levels into stages. Like maybe for like 5 levels is one stage. Then once you beat it, you beat it. But that if you do that, you might have to maybe reuse some of the levels, stuff like that. But I think that might be good. I think at this point it's mostly up to like where you want to take it, because I feel the core gameplay feels fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah. So I'm planning to put this on some web portals, like Chini has mentioned, like Hotkey games or something like that. So I wonder like what kind of games, this kind of arcadey kind of games, right? What the audience would expect from this genre.
For this kind of game, I believe my personal opinion is that juice matters quite a lot. So like if you look at the most popular games of this kind of like arcade stuff, like Nitrom, for example, is a good one to look at. They have a lot of additional juice and polish in their games. So I will focus on that personally.
Nitrom.
If you talk to certain portals like Hotkey, right, they might ask you to add retention features. Because the whole idea is that they want people to come back to the game. So that might be something you have to think about as well. Because that's what I had to add to Train Top Mania, right, which was like a game that I just make very quickly without too much consideration. But even when publishing that, they say, hey, maybe if you add unlockable characters, then it will add more value to the game. So you might have to consider that. Just letting you know beforehand.
What can I add?
I mean, you can unlock like different color schemes.
Color schemes that would fit right in with Lover's Lab.
What? Sorry, yes.
I was actually thinking like, since it's a cyberpunk kind of theme, right? I was thinking like maybe adding like post-processing effects would be good, but you can't really do that with what you have right now, right? Since you're using like CSS and.
No, I can. It's there's so the thing is this Pixie.js supports WebGL shaders, filters at least. So the thing is, if you run without WebGL, then you just get the plain old version, and then if you run with WebGL, then I can.
Okay.
So you have like 2 implementations for the graphics.
I don't have 2 implementations. It's just that the renderer is chosen based on your browser's capabilities.
But surely there are effects that you can do in WebGL that you cannot achieve in.
Yeah, so I chose the common denominator, the common features that are available in both.
I see.
Right.
So far.
Right.
There were a lot of things that I wanted to do, but then Chini cannot play them, so screw it, I'll just like.
No, I can. I just need to open it up in Firefox. Then I can.
No, but I mean, if there are people like you
Right.
And there surely are people who will turn off WebGL in their browser. Then I don't want them to lose out on the gameplay.
Right.
I can, yeah. So I had to make do with like the most common features.
Understood. Understood.
Then maybe you could like try playing around with color schemes, like you know, like the hacker terminal kind of thing, where like there's like black background and like green text, that kind of thing. You could like try playing around with that kind of color scheme. Maybe it will like resonate better.
Yeah.
Like you don't necessarily have to have like advanced graphics to like sell your narrative, I think.
Post-processing definitely can, as long as it doesn't compromise the gameplay. So if you have a better browser or you have WebGL support, then good for you. You get to see something nicer and cooler. That is totally fine. Yeah.
Awesome.
So play around with color scheme, play around with this, and I'm gonna. So next week I'm gonna maybe do that game timer countdown, and then if you clear levels fast enough, you add some seconds to your timer, to your countdown timer.
Yeah. Also, probably need to think of like additional shooter like patterns and stuff. But like that might be a bit tough to. I think what I would recommend is like figuring out combinations of what you already have. Like maybe having the shooter change direction, but also they bounce or like something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like variations of what you already got.
Okay.
John, you have single shooter spawning at different orientation, right? You can have the triple shooter also spawn at different orientation. I don't see that at first. Yeah.
When Charles started talking about it, and then you started talking about it, then I should have done that.
Yeah, then you won't have to put as much effort into it as well, which is always good. Yeah.
Okay. So I know what to do for next week.
Yeah.
Nice.
So have you done any research on like where you can bring this to, aside from Pokey?
I haven't read through your links that you sent last time.
You did actually gave me a link long time ago, right? Like Google has this platform for really low end, really small web games, right? Under 5 megabytes or something like that. So
I don't even remember where it went. Is that the instant games thing?
What, Facebook instant games, or is it Google? Wait, what?
I can't remember.
No, not this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is playing games on your Android without downloading, right?
Downloading them.
Yeah, it's different. It's cool.
Actually, this is semi-related, but John, you might wanna like Chini actually linked me the Discord server for solo development like last night. So I've been hanging around there, and they actually give a lot of. It's unlike most development servers I've been in because they actually give a lot of feedback on like somebody posted something about his animation, and somebody posted like in return they posted like a 1-page analysis of what worked in the animation, what didn't. And I was like, whoa. So I was like, maybe you might want to like join the Discord server and maybe start posting it there. Or
yeah.
Cool.
I'll link it later on.
I'll just look.
John will probably just look. That's right. That's your. I mean, we are similar in that sense.
Chini Black Void Titan was like, we should get Chini in here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for all that advice, guys.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Looking forward.
Yeah, I just want to finish this.
It's definitely a lot more fun than it used to be.
Thanks.
So
finish it.
Yeah, first game in how long? 6 years? 5 years?
Maybe, yeah.
That's cool, man.
I think like this week is like the hugest improvement in the game so far.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Thanks.
It's coming together.
It's coming together.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Jimmy Kim.
Okay. I don't have much. Hang on. Let me just.
I mean, it's like 2 more days.
2 more days to launch. Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Like, how long is it like till?
How long is it till? Sorry, what do you mean by that?
Yes.
Launch.
2 days.
2 days, okay.
Yeah. I'm launching on Thursday Singapore time.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let me just do a quick.
Thursday Singapore time.
You mean Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday. Midnight, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
So John, what's Lovers Lab?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's a mod creator.
Oh, it's a mod creator. Interesting.
As in it's a dude or a group of dudes. I have no idea.
Oh wait, it's a group. Oh, I see.
Mods.
I thought you
In
meant.
the mod community, yeah, right? No? Yes, Chow? No, Chow? I don't know.
I don't know, I just have to create an account so that I can install the mod list. I don't know.
Okay, so Vexero asks, what game engine is this? Hey, hello, thanks for dropping by. I'm using GameMaker Studio 2. Yeah. Chow, who's in the chat, uses Unity, and John just use what's it called again?
CJS.
Pixie.js, right? It's coding in JavaScript. Okay. So I've gotten to the point where I say I've gone Go, right? I'm not touching the code anymore. So now, yesterday, I was thinking I should start working on, continue working on my updates. So first thing first is I have not done levels in a long time. And I need to go through my entire list of levels and see what are the levels that I have yet to add into the main game. So I went through the CSV generation code, right, and make it such that the file that I generate will no longer include the levels that I've already added into the game. So that's the first thing I did. So after going through it, I have 6 levels. That means if I want to update the game, right, and include one more world, I will need, like, at the very least, like 3 more levels. So that means I have to work on new levels. So yesterday I added 1 new level. You can check out this level. This one. Do you remember the brown blocks? It's the one that has this timer thingy.
Yes.
So this level is very simple, but the gimmick here is that you have to time when you fire yourself out. Oh, freak! No! It's gonna crash, I'm sorry.
What?
That happens. I'm sorry, I didn't code this properly. Let me just run it
Oh
again.
no.
Let me just run it again. I'm not supposed to touch the door. Hang on. What a terrible demonstration. Okay, I'm back.
I'll come back.
Yeah. Amanda's heading off first. Okay, see
Yeah.
you, Amanda.
I'm gonna lurk on her channel once she goes online.
Yeah. Okay, so the idea is you're supposed to fire yourself upwards, and as you land downwards, or as you start dropping, you would want these red blocks to break your fall. So the timing has to be there. So let me just do it quick. There we go. So that's the whole idea. That's singular gimmick for this level, and I need to make more levels featuring the this binary block 2, right? I call it binary block 2, and I'm thinking I should combine this with portals and see what kind of levels I can do next.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that's all I have. Nothing more. Just
Nice.
waiting for launch now.
Yeah, I mean, like, its launch is coming soon, so it's natural.
Yeah. That's it. I think I might need to add, like, certain features, right, to allow people to turn off the background effects, because for extremely low end Android phones, right, I think that background actually impacts the performance. So I might have to look into that. Yeah, because it's entirely drawn. It's a surface that is it's the size of your screen, and then I'm drawing to it. So I think for the lower end devices, it's a little bit taxing. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm considering my option though. Like, should I maybe just draw it at a lower FPS, or should I just allow the option to turn it off completely? I'm just, like, weighing my options right now.
think both are good options because like drawing at a lower FPS, they can't really tell since it's in the background. But giving the player more options is also always good. So I think both are like viable.
Yeah. I guess I will do
I,
that.
I think it's more like what will be less effort for you.
Yeah, I know, right? At this point,
Options, high, medium, low.
high, medium, low, right? Make it simple,
Mm.
right? High, medium, low is easy to understand. Yeah, I can consider that. I think at this moment, right, I just need to be able to consistently push content. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I will have to I'll have to work on that. So 2 more weeks until Republic Poly starts its holiday. So I think I will have more time. I
Nice,
also
nice.
want to work on my new game as well. So I have that to look forward to. So yeah.
One thing I forgot to. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. But,
No, I'm done.
but basically, I wanted to, because it reminded me like think next week I want to start doing playtesting for Skull Chains again.
Oh, nice.
I was wondering whether you guys will be open to like playing it on the. I'll send you the link before
Yes.
as usual.
Yes.
So you can play it on the stream or like before it.
For me, I will do it before because I cannot play and stream at the same time. Right? It's going to lag a lot.
Oh, okay.
so-
I think that's a good thing though. Then like John can maybe play on stream. Then
Yeah.
and then it will be a good like one person has played it already and one person hasn't. It's a good.
Yeah.
I can't speak. I don't. English is hard.
No, that's a good
But-
idea.
but
That's
yeah.
a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Okay.
just close this. Very fast, right? Finish mine in like 5 minutes. Let me stop the share. Okay. Yeah, shall we? Hello.
Yeah. Amanda is actually gonna stream at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Ah,
You
right.
want to narrate her because like she's gonna. She
Yeah.
told me she's gonna start like scheduling her streams and stuff.
At 4, right? Yeah. I'll go ahead and do some reading then.
Yeah, but I can't read now because it's like offline.
Oh, damn. We can
Oh,
chit
wait.
chat. We can chit chat.
Yeah, it's offline. Let's chit chat for like 3 minutes.
We can chit chat.
Yeah.
I was playing SMT, right? And
yeah.
I saw this monster called Legion.
Oh yes.
Oh
yes.
man, I look at that creature. I'm like, this is something childhood design.
It's the one with like a lot of like hits, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of faces on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the SMT was like a big inspiration to me when I was like in primary to secondary.
You
Wow.
play SMT in primary school? Wow. Which one? The PlayStation 2 one or the?
Wait, no. I didn't play it in primary school. I played in secondary school, early secondary school.
Right.
I
That's
played
illegal.
shit. But yeah, I played like Persona 3. I started with that. Then after that, I started playing the SNES SMTs as well. And,
Right.
And
Wait,
like, the
3
DS one.
3 is Digital Devil Saga, is it?
SMT 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, SMT 3 is Nocturne.
Oh, right. Okay, got
The
it.
Digital Devil Saga is a separate series. But I couldn't play Nocturne for the longest time because it just makes me depressed.
Right.
It's very
I hear it's
depressing,
super difficult.
It's super difficult, but it's also super depressing. It just
The
there's this like
yeah.
it's super depressing. There's like this kind of atmosphere that feels like Silent Hill 2. If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't the description of the games like the Persona games are games where you team up with your friends and defeat monsters that are trying to destroy the world, while SMT games are you team up with a bunch of monsters and defeat your friends and destroy the world.
I know, no. SMT3, right? The world is destroyed at the beginning.
Right.
The start is already been destroyed, so like you kind of have to rebuild the world.
SMT3. I did watch Lucius play it. It looks
Yeah.
like a very
It's very depressing.
very hostile game. Actually, even in
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 5, right? In the way everything is presented to you, when I was playing the game, right, it's from the standpoint of like audio, the music, and the sound effects. Everything felt really silent to me. Like it's like, oh,
Yes,
this game
correct,
is really
correct.
quiet. Yeah, and then
If
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like, and then when I start to explore, right, like there's this huge desert that I
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
and as I start exploring, there are these weird sound effects. It just gives this feeling of like you being in a very hostile environment.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when it becomes full moon, right? Then there's this horrible sound that will play, right? So, oh my, that's scary, right?
All the SMTs have like this very large desert for some reason. That like you have to go through. You know what's the best spin-off in my opinion?
What is?
It's also damn hard. It's a Devil Survivor for the DS.
Oh, never heard of that.
It's a SMT Devil Survivor. It's a strategy game. Like it's a strategy RPG similar to say like Final Fantasy Tactics or something like that. But you're playing with it's extremely hard. You're playing with demons, but it's extremely hard. It's one of the hardest games in the entire series or spin-offs.
Right.
Which says a lot since SMT is not an easy game.
Right. I didn't realize there's so many spin-offs. So you're saying that Digital Devil Saga is not the mainline game, but a spin-off.
So there's Digital Devil Saga, there's Devil Survivor, there's a kids version of SMT that I can't remember. I think it's called I'm just gonna search SMT kids version.
Okay.
You're not talking about the Q.
Demi Kids.
Demi Kids.
Yeah. It's like a kids version of SMT for like Game Boy Advance. Cutesy version.
Right.
And then there's Persona, then I think there's one more spin-off that I'm probably... Then there's like other ones like the hacking game that was like a spin-off also. What's it called again? SMT, Devil Summoner Soul Hackers.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Yeah, you join like a hacking group in that game. And the whole series came from a book actually. So like it's...
So the book is the origin.
The book is the origin. It's about like this guy who like is a hacker and then he figures out how to summon demons from the internet, as you know you do. He probably visited 4chan too much, but...
Does that explain the name Digital Devil Saga?
Yes, it does. That's why.
But what's the book's title?
I think it was literally just Megami Tensei. Actually, I'm not sure.
Megami Tensei.
I remember reading it a long time ago because that's a translation.
Right.
But I can't remember the name of the actual book.
Megami Tensei just means goddess reincarnate, right?
I am not sure, but the book itself, I'm trying to find the name of it, but I can't find it.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was really just Devil Saga, Digital Devil Saga or something.
Because it sounds like it's pretty apt, right?
Yeah, but there's like a lot of spin-offs. There's like I'm looking on Wikipedia and there's like, of course there's a Dancing All Night spin-offs as well, and the Arena spin-offs and like basically a spin-off of a spin-off.
Yeah.
And,
Kalazor is here. Hello, Kalazor. Kalazor, we are talking about Shin Megami Tensei. Have you played it?
And the crossover with my favorite series, crossover with FE, Fire Emblem. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one was so weird.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yes.
Sharp FE.
Yeah. How do you like it, John? Cause I couldn't stand watching it. I was watching you play, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit too overly.
I mean, the story is trash, but. But the combat was pretty interesting.
I would say that my favorite one of all of them, including the spin-offs, is either the Devil Survivor ones that I talk about, or Persona 3. But Persona 3, everybody loves that game.
Nah, Persona 3, right?
I did. I've only played P4G and P5 and P5 Royal. But P4G is really I really enjoyed Persona 4 Golden. That was.
What's the difference between golden and non-golden? Added content.
Just content.
Yeah. Right.
But Persona 3, I think is a lot darker than Persona 4 for sure.
It's even portrayed in the way you summon the demons, right?
And you shoot yourself in the head.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, edgy and dark.
Edgy and dark. I played the first hour of it. And I was very surprised by how long it took to have your first summon. Yeah, I remember it took a long time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my PS2 died. Yeah. So yes. Yeah.
Oh no.
I think it's the same with P4 and
same
P5.
Thing?
Oh wait, no. P5 you start off they throw you straight into the dungeon, so like a
it's a it's like a
flashback,
a flash forward kind of thing.
Flash forward, sorry, yeah.
Right.
E4, you really go through a whole bunch of cutscenes and crap. Yes, it took a long time to get through. I think like almost 1 hour before you actually get to summon your character, summon
Right.
your persona.
They're trying to establish all the characters, right?
Yeah, but the one that everybody loves is apparently SMT Strange Journey, but it's also very hard. But that one's a legit dungeon crawler, like a first-person dungeon crawler, like Wizardry.
What's the platform?
For DS.
DS.
Ooh.
Interesting case because Strange Journey is you don't play as a Japanese person.
Right.
You play as the US military.
Ah.
And you're like invading into the Antarctic or something, and then like demons are appearing.
That mask, it seems very familiar. I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah, it's originated from here, I think.
Ah. Is there like a further, like a sequel to this particular iteration of the character? I think there is, right?
He appears in other games.
Ah,
if that
right.
makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That explains why. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen it, like on the 3DS.
Yeah. Oh, the 3DS they had a remake called Redux, Strange Journey Redux.
Right.
And like Strange Journey is a lot of people think it's the hardest SMT game, basically. I haven't tried that much, but it's quite tough, I heard.
Oh, wow! It's very well rated as well. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people like it a lot. It's very similar to like Wizardry and Eye of the Beholder, you know, that kind of game where like it's first person, you're roaming around, and there's a lot of like depth to the combat. It's very nice.
Right.
Yeah. Also, Amanda is streaming already.
Okay.
You can see Josiah.
All right. Shall we do a recap?
Yeah, let's do a recap.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my side, I did Envy and I did Pride this week for the circles.
Yes.
Next week, I'm going to be doing Envy. I'm gonna try to finish it. I hope I can. I'm actually not sure if I can, but it's the hardest one to do. So I'll try doing Envy, and if I have more time, I'll also try doing Gluttony.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's still targeting I think what, January or February release?
January 25th.
Okay.
So actually have a production plan outlined already, and I'm sticking to it
Nice.
so far. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to say is that actually I'll be giving a talks soon, and I'll talk about it next week because it's closer to the date.
Okay.
But it's basically 7th of December. I'll be giving a talk.
Online?
Maybe I'll just it's like a talk it's a webinar. I'll actually paste the link in your chat.
Okay.
If anybody's interested. This thing.
SCGA, right.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Look at that photo of me, wow.
Let me see. Alright, man.
Alright, finger guns.
Finger guns. Like, you're ready.
Yeah, that's me.
Ready to rock. Let's go! Alright.
Heaven or hell.
Oh, right, yes.
Yes.
Haven't played that.
Guilty
I don't think John got it. Yeah, we are talking about Guilty Gear. Yes, John.
Alright. Next week I'm gonna work on testing out like a game timer, a countdown timer for the game, and then so to limit how far you can get, and if you're good, you can get further. Yay!
Yay! So that there's finally an end, right?
Yeah.
But I guess you eventually need to make it repeat, right? At some point, the levels.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Cool, man. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, I made one level. Okay, that's my recap.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I'll let you know how the launch will go. The store page refreshes on Friday, so I'm releasing on Tuesday. So I will not be able to expect any featuring until Friday. But even then, right, it's not guaranteed that I'll get featured. So I'm going to cross my fingers really hard. We'll see. Yeah. All right. That's it. So we'll do this again next week. Same timing, yeah.
Yeah.
Someday, Jen.
Let's rage.
Yeah, let's rate. Yes.
Amanda's having a hype train right now.
Hype train? What's a hype train?
Hype train is when like several people subscribe and then like donate money or like yeah.
I see. Okay, let me type mask sound. Mask with an ed, right? Mask sound.
Mask with an ed. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to run the outro and then we raid. Let's do it. See you all. Bye bye. Thanks for hanging around. Okay.
Yeah.
Raiding time.
Yeah.
Alright, raid time.
Oh yeah, Chini.
Yeah.